This is the Tarot and Oracle forecast for Cancer for the month of October 2017. If you would like to book a personal or private reading, or my absolute favorite to do, the soulmate reading, then you can contact me at theoracletimes@gmail.com, or you could book a reading via the website. I will leave a link in the description box below. Cancer, we're going to start with your relationship reading, move on to your general forecast, and finish off with your soul path evolution reading. And as you know, the relationship reading applies and replies, yes, to any of your relationships, be it your soulmate, your business partner, your best friend, whomever you have a one-on-one relationship with. You'll see you get the rainbow card, beyond card, and written in stone. I've said in the other videos for the other star signs I've already done, there's a very fated element to the month of October. All of us so far in every star sign are dealing with a very fated situation that comes into our lives. The rainbow card says where your relationships are concerned, you're nearing the end of a time of challenge. So if you're in a relationship, you've perhaps had a situation you found challenging. If you're looking for relationships, you've basically found looking for them challenging, and the new ones you have found are challenging too. That beyond card says right at the moment you can't see where this is going. You're feeling a bit like someone has pulled a veil over your future for you where relationships are concerned. The universe does this because it wants us to live through and grow through and evolve through an experience. That is then when this fated element comes into play. And I pulled 3 more little cards to give us a little bit more clarity on what this fated element might be. You get the burden card, the choice card, and the card of stability. So this fated element is related to something which is burdening you in relationships at the moment. Beg my pardon. Okay. And it's doing with a choice that you need to make. Goodness me, losing my voice here. This is obviously a fairly important message for you guys. So whatever it is that is troubling you where relationships are concerned, you're going to be presented with a choice in October. I'd say later in October. And this is where that fated situation comes into play. And once you make that choice, you'll find stability returns to your relationship. So whatever that situation is in October in your relationship, you will come to a point where you need to make a choice about it, this way or that way. It will be a clean-cut choice. Or should I say, it's not clean-cut which choice you make, because that card always says it's an either-or decision and you cannot see which one is the best choice. But once you make that choice, make that decision, either way, whichever side you choose, the stability returns to relationships. And the same goes for if you're looking for a relationship. There's obviously some kind of decision you're going to need to make towards the end of October. And you may not be able to see which will be the best choice. I think that's where that beyond card, where there's a veil drawn, you can't really see which will be the best choice. But it's in making the actual choice and standing by that choice that you'll find the stability returns to searching for new relationships, or maybe the new people that come into your life are more stable and the relationships are more stable as well. Right, if we move on to your general forecast, you get the Page of Fire, the Emperor, and the 5 of Water. Now that Page of Fire says there's some kind of new thing coming into your life in October, a new project, something new you're working on at work, in your career, something new in your life in general. It's not very big because it's the Page card, but you feel quite a lot with enthusiasm. You look at it, you think, wow, I'd like to try this, or you head off in that direction with a little bit of enthusiasm and fire in your veins about it. The Emperor card says it's going to be quite a structured, organized, traditional way of doing it, and you will be going about it in that way. So even though you're excited when you set out doing it, there is a structure, set of circumstances as how to follow doing whatever this may be. If it's a project or something new in your career, even a new job that you're looking for. Now that 5 of Water speaks about, the 5 of Water is a disappointment card, right? Big time. But it's emotional disappointment, okay? So this is not a physical disappointment. So something about this project or this new element in your job or career or in life in general leaves you feeling a little bit emotionally disappointed. But what that card is saying, just work through these emotions. Let them go with the flow, move through them, don't cling to them. Because obviously something is going to change or something is coming of this. This is probably once again a bit of a fated element. You're being steered through a situation or a circumstance which you're going to feel excited about at first. And then you're going to need to, perhaps that's where the disappointment comes in, that you need to go about it very traditionally. There's a set sequence of steps you have to move through to do this, and that perhaps ends you up feeling a little bit disappointed about it. But go with it. Go through this, even with a disappointment. Acknowledge you feel a little bit constrained, restrained, disappointed, but just work through it, because there's obviously something coming up in November. This is a to be continued story, it would seem. If we look at your soul path evolution, and as you will probably know if you watch my videos, the soul's experience that it wants you to have in October will manifest in your love life, your relationships, and your career general life. But the experience, the underlying experience it wants you to have, you get the emotional intellect card, and you get the 8 of water. The emotion intellect is the 11 of water, right? With the emotion intellect, you get education. Emotion intellect means you need to balance the intellect and the emotions. So you're probably going to keel a bit towards the emotional side in October. And you just need to level it up a little with intellect. So your intellect needs to come into play, and so don't give in too much to your feelings. Perhaps those disappointing feelings we were talking about. I think the education message means do a little bit of research. Find out about this situation in your career, even your relationship. Ask some questions. Don't make assumptions, because maybe your disappointment is based on assumptions rather than actual fact. So it's just that evening of the keel, of the balance of the scales, basically. Then that 8 of water speaks about focusing on what is abundant, what is good, what is productive, what it can bring into your life, the potential that can come into your life, rather than what is not working in your life. That's a key message in many of the readings for October. And that authenticity means that is then where you will find the authentic happiness, the genuine happiness. Because it's in striving for more and more and more and more that you just get more and more and more, but it wasn't making you happy in the first place. So it's just going to make you more and more and more unhappy. You need to find what genuinely makes you happy, and more is not it. Okay, so that's your message for October, Cancer. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like a personal or private reading or that incredible soulmate reading, you can contact me at theoracletimes@gmail.com, or you can book a reading via the website. I will put a link in the description box below. I want to thank you for watching, listening, commenting, subscribing, and liking.